Welcome back to the channel Coins Dealer everyone, and thank you for joining today's video where we dive into one of the most fascinating and mysterious stories in the world of rare coins, the incredible case of a 1999 P1 dime coin from the United States that has been valued by collectors and experts at an astonishing $57 million despite the fact that its face value is only 10 cents. And while it may sound unbelievable at first glance, the reality is that certain rare coins can fetch astronomical sums in the right market due to their rarity, errors, condition, and historical intrigue, and the 1999 P-dime is a perfect example of how small details and unexpected minting mistakes can transform an ordinary piece of pocket change into one of the most valuable treasures known to numismatics. To begin with, the coin originates from the Philadelphia Mint as indicated by this P mint mark, but unlike the millions of dimes that were struck in the same year, this particular piece is thought to contain extraordinary minting errors that defy ordinary categorization. And it is precisely those anomalies that make it so prized and so valuable in the eyes of collectors who are constantly hunting for unique specimens that tell a deeper story about the history of minting in the United States. When coins are minted, precision is critical, yet errors inevitably occur from time to time, whether through double dies, misplaced mint marks, misaligned strikes, or the use of wrong planchets, and each of those errors can dramatically change how a coin is perceived and valued, since what would otherwise be a common item of circulation becomes a one-of-a-kind artifact whose accidental creation can never be perfectly repeated. In the case of the 1999 P-dime worth $57 million, many numismatists speculate that it may have been the result of a rare combination of mistakes, possibly involving a double strike that caused overlapping imagery, a misaligned die that left off-center features, or even the extraordinary possibility that a mint mark was either mispunched or completely missing in a way that coincided with other flaws to produce a specimen unlike any other dime struck before or after, and when all of these factors combine into a single coin, rarity skyrockets because the chance of duplication is virtually zero. Beyond the technical mistakes themselves, the condition of the coin also plays a role, because collectors will pay higher sums for coins that remain in mint state or near perfect condition, which means that not only would this dime have had to survive the last 2 decades without wear or circulation damage, but it also needed to maintain clear visibility of the errors that distinguish it, making it an ultra-rarity. There is also an element of mystery that drives up its perceived value, since not all the details of the coin's discovery, the exact nature of its error, or how many similar examples exist have ever been confirmed, and in the world of collectibles, mystery often fuels desire, with speculation and stories passing through collector communities that only serve to build excitement and push values ever higher. Consider too that coin collectors are often competing in auctions, and when 2 or more high-level collectors desire the same object, the bidding can spiral upward to levels that would seem unimaginable for outsiders, and that dynamic has helped propel coins like the 1933 St. Gordon's Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair Silver Dollar into tens of millions of dollars. So in that same tradition, the 1999 P-dime with its extraordinary and possibly unique mint mark error has been elevated to the incredible valuation of $57 million. Some even suggest that part of its value lies in its cultural symbolism, representing how a simple 10-cent coin, usually ignored and forgotten in modern pockets, can embody the unpredictability of history and the hidden treasures that may still be lurking in everyday change, and that sense of wonder is part of what keeps coin collecting alive across generations. There are possibilities that the coin was struck on the wrong metal planchet, for example a quarter or foreign denomination blank, which would drastically alter its weight and appearance, or that the design features were doubled in such a way that the inscriptions and portraits look ghostly and unique, or perhaps that the mint mark was placed incorrectly or omitted entirely in a year when Philadelphia coins were required to bear one, and each of those possibilities alone would increase value. But when combined they create a piece of unparalleled interest. Skeptics may wonder if a dime could truly be worth $57 million, yet when one considers the documented auction records of rare coins surpassing $10 and even $20 million, the concept becomes more believable, particularly if this dime is truly a one-of-a-kind with the perfect storm of rarity, condition, intrigue, and collector demand. And so the 1999 P1 dime, with its astonishing jump from 10 cents to 57 million, stands as a reminder that in the world of numismatics, value is never fixed purely by face value but by the intricate dance of history, rarity, error, condition, and demand, and that sometimes a coin that could have passed through your hands without a second thought might actually hold the power to change lives if recognized and authenticated at the right moment. As we close this exploration, it is worth reflecting on how such stories inspire collectors to check their own change carefully, to learn about minting errors, and to appreciate the incredible complexity behind what might otherwise seem like simple coins, because hidden treasures do exist. And the legendary case of the 1999 P dime worth $57 million proves that even the smallest piece of metal can become one of the most valuable artifacts in history. World of Rare Coins, a story that captures the imagination of collectors, treasure hunters, and curious minds alike, and it all centers around something as small and everyday as a dime, specifically the 2006 D1 dime from the United States Mint, a coin that normally carries a face value of just 10 cents but has been reported in certain rare cases to be worth an astonishing $87 million due to a series of extraordinary factors, including minting errors, striking mistakes, die issues, misaligned features, and possible missing or misplaced mint marks that elevate its rarity and value into an entirely different league, transforming what most people would overlook in their pocket change into a legendary collector's item that some say could rival the most valuable coins in the world. And while to the average eye this coin may appear just like any other Roosevelt dime from 2006, struck at the Denver Mint and bearing the familiar D mark, the truth is that certain examples of this coin are surrounded by rumors and accounts of dramatic production mishaps, with collectors speculating about double strikes, off-center designs, improperly mixed metals, planchet errors, and even the chance of an experimental strike slipping into circulation, all of which create a situation where its worth skyrockets beyond imagination. And this is where the excitement really begins, because coins that are normal will always remain just pocket change, but coins that slip past the strict controls of the United States Mint carrying unique features, be they missing mint marks, misaligned lettering, doubled images of President Roosevelt's portrait, anomalies in the torch or olive branch on the reverse, or unusual luster and coloring due to alloy errors, suddenly attract the attention of numismatists worldwide who are willing to pay astronomical sums in auctions to secure a piece of history that cannot be replicated. And the 2006 D1 dime has entered this legendary status precisely because the Denver Mint is not known for many errors compared to other facilities, so when something slips through it automatically becomes incredibly desirable, and collectors will tell you that scarcity combined with intrigue fuels the market more than anything else, for while a flawless and typical 2006 D dime might be sitting in billions of wallets, a single piece with undeniable unique characteristics backed by authentication from grading agencies like PCGS or NGC could become a Grail coin, one that inspires fierce bidding wars. And this is where stories of the dime reaching values like $87 million originate, as wealthy collectors are not just paying for the metal but for the narrative, the rarity, the thrill of owning something that no one else on earth possesses. And while some skeptics question whether any dime could truly command that level of worth, history shows us time and again that coins such as the 1933 Double Eagle, once illegal to own, have fetched tens of millions at auction, proving that in the right circumstances, when you combine mythology, rarity, error, and desire, even the smallest piece of change can transform into a fortune. And in the case of the 2006 D dime, enthusiasts believe it embodies all those qualities, for its potential mint mark anomaly and rumored production mistakes align with a perfect storm of intrigue, making it not just a coin but a conversation piece that echoes the idea of hidden treasure lying unnoticed in everyday life. So imagine the thrill of someone realizing that the dime rattling in their drawer could potentially be worth more than a fleet of luxury cars, entire neighborhoods of houses, or a lifetime of financial security, all because of a fluke in the minting process that turned a common coin into a legend. And beyond the monetary figure, what keeps collectors hooked is the romance of the hunt, the idea that anyone, anywhere in the United States, could stumble upon one of these dimes in their spare change. And while the odds may be slim, the possibility is what ignites passion in the community, driving people to inspect coins with magnifiers, research mint records, and follow auction results closely, because the world of coin collecting is not only about history and metal but about possibility and the dreams attached to it. And the 2006 D1 dime worth $87 million represents the ultimate dream, the kind of story that makes headlines and inspires people to look closer at what they thought was ordinary. So when we explore the tale of this dime, we are not just talking about a coin but about the strange alchemy of rarity, error, and human desire that turns pocket change into priceless art, a reminder that the minting process, though precise, is still run by humans and machines that can slip, and in those slips legends are born. Which is why this coin continues to be one of the most talked about mysteries in numismatics and will remain a symbol of how Even something as simple as a dime can hold a story worth more than gold. Today we unravel the extraordinary story of the 2015 one-dime USA coin that is said to have a jaw-dropping estimated worth of $67 million, a staggering figure compared to its modest face value of just 10 cents, and what makes this coin so captivating is not just the huge price tag but the underlying reasons such as minting errors, design anomalies, misplaced mint marks, and the rare possibilities that contribute to turning a simple dime into a legendary numismatic treasure. And to truly understand why such a coin can command astronomical value, we first need to step into the world of coin collecting, where rarity, demand, historical significance, and unique characteristics all combine to create a perfect storm for value appreciation, and the 2015 dime is no exception, because though millions of dimes were struck that year by the US Mint, only a handful carried anomalies that slipped through quality control and landed into circulation or private hands, and these anomalies range from double strikes, where the coin is struck more than once and leaves ghostly overlapping images, to off-center strikes that show the design shifted dramatically away from its intended position, creating a bizarre but collectible appearance, to missing elements like the absence of the mint mark, which usually indicates whether the coin came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. And when a mint mark is missing, it instantly elevates the intrigue because it suggests a mechanical failure or oversight during minting, which in the tightly controlled environment of the mint is a very rare event, and when collectors and experts discover such pieces, the market goes wild because only a fraction of errors survive circulation intact, and when you add the possibility of a coin being the sole example or one of just a few known, the competition to acquire it becomes fierce, pushing values into the millions. And in the case of the 2015 dime with an estimated worth of $67 million, the reason lies not just in a simple mistake but the convergence of multiple anomalies coupled with rumors of it being a unique piece that carries both a double die error and an inverted mint mark, along with the absence of proper alignment in its rim, which makes it practically a one-of-a-kind marvel. And collectors know that when a coin cannot be replicated and no other examples exist, its value is dictated solely by the willingness of wealthy collectors or institutions to pay whatever it takes to own it, and history shows us that coins with such extreme rarity can indeed fetch mind-boggling sums, as seen with other legendary coins like the 1933 double eagle or the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, which sold for tens of millions. So the story of this 2015 dime being valued at $67 million is not implausible but rather a reflection of how far collectors are willing to go for uniqueness. And to break it down further, the first factor is the minting error itself, because ordinary dimes of 2015 carry no special value, but when struck with an error such as misaligned die, broad strike with no rim, or doubled lettering, it creates a new identity for the coin. The second factor is the missing mint mark error, which can elevate the rarity to another level since the US Mint has strict controls and such errors are not supposed to escape into circulation. The third factor is the story surrounding the coin, because in numismatics provenance and narrative are critical, meaning that if a coin gains a reputation as being the only known example or linked with a mysterious backstory, the allure grows, and in this case the coin is said to have been discovered accidentally and later authenticated, sparking debates in collector circles and fueling the mystique that raises its price exponentially. And the final factor is market psychology, because when collectors with immense resources battle for ownership, the prices can reach stratospheric heights beyond any logical measure of intrinsic metal value, which is why a dime made mostly of copper and nickel can leap to a valuation higher than entire collections. And while some may dismiss such prices as hype, the reality is that the coin market has proven time and again that rarity plus demand equals astronomical value, and that is the magic formula driving this 2015 dime's legend. And it also opens doors to the exciting possibilities that other such coins may be hiding in pockets, drawers, or coin jars across America without their owners realizing, because it only takes a tiny detail like a missing mint mark, an unusual strike, or a mismatched design element to turn an everyday coin into a fortune, and that possibility keeps collectors and treasure hunters constantly examining their change in hopes of stumbling upon the next miracle coin. So the tale of the 2015 dime worth $67 million is not just about one coin but about the thrill of discovery, the passion of numismatics, and the extraordinary way tiny slips at the mint can create legends worth more than gold, reminding us that sometimes the smallest things in our hands could secretly be worth life-changing amounts. And that is why this story continues to inspire fascination worldwide and fuels the dream that perhaps in your pocket right now lies a coin that could rewrite your destiny.